Hi everybody, my name is Jan Dufour and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own background paper. Now I know Stampin' Up! Has beautiful DSP, and later on during the month I'm going to show you similar cards to what I'm making today, but with actual DSP. But we're going to create our own today. So the stamps that I'm using is artistically inked. I made mostly thanks, but a happy birthday as well. Because they're flowers, they're kind of guy-like, but when you use the different colors like balmy blue behind it, it would definitely go from you as a woman, maybe giving it to a man, or a man giving it to his wife, or whatever is out there, whatever works for you guys. But it's kind of a more feminine flower, I would say. I think the biggest key to creating backgrounds is not to try too hard. I tried too hard on a couple of them. I'll show you what I did to use the paper anyway, even though it wasn't exactly the way I wanted it to come out, or the way I thought it would come out. So we're going to start. I am going to stamp right here. I will be going off the pages. But you have to be careful when you go off the pages to re-ink, because otherwise you'll get a line. But basically, I'm trying to stagger the colors and the flowers. So instead of going back up here, I'm kind of going in the middle. I'm getting those center ones done first. They're the biggest flower. Again, I don't want to go as far, so maybe I will come down this far. Okay. Now, on the last one that I did practicing, you didn't see it. I was actually stamping and then stamping off, but I found that the colors I was using are fairly pale to begin with. And again, even though it's not my very favoriteest, they're very pretty and they're definitely worthy to be given away. So I'm keeping them, but I think this time, just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to not stamp off. Now, I am going to stamp off the page. Again, I don't want it too symmetrical. And as you can see, there's a line here. And I don't know if you can see this on the stamp. I'll stamp it to show you. But it takes, I don't want to get it on here. It took, now you can't see it, but it left you with a line of color. So if you're going to stamp off, re-ink in between. I kind of am okay with the number of those. I might end up coming back, but I have other flowers I want to put in. So I'm going to put in the next biggest one. That color, by the way, was Pale Papaya. Now I'm using Balmy Blue. And this one's going to kind of go to offset. And again, I don't want to do anything perfectly symmetrical. But I do want lots of color. I think I'll stamp off on this one. Again, I'm not going to use that because, as you can see, only half the flower shows up. So I'm going to re-ink and go in here. And I think really, truly, the biggest thing is don't overthink it. You can add more. You can cover up in some instances. I'll show you that somewhere that I did. See, I don't want it straight up and down, but I'll do there. And then I'll do off the page over there. Maybe off the page here. It really is kind of freeing and kind of, oh, I don't think I want any more of this. Okay, so we're going to put that off to the side. Then instead of doing the little flowers, because they don't have leaves, I'm going to go ahead and start putting some leaves in. This is soft sea foam. Not necessarily attached to the flowers, but kind of around them. And remember to turn them around so that you're not going in any one direction. I think I'll do this one. And it's okay if you do overlap them. And then I have another little leaf that I can throw in there after I get tired of doing the big ones. I think I'm going to go off the page with this. Again, I'm kind of balancing the color. You know, the green, 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 green. I think I'll do this. And then again, trying to balance a little bit. I almost think that's enough. Again, with the smaller ones, we can always come back in. You're kind of stuck with the bigger ones once they're on there. We're going to do a little bit of, this is Blushing Bride. And we're going to do the 3 little flowers. Oops. Now see, I have a halo on that because I didn't clean my stamp. Let me clean it now. So I will show you what you can do with that. Don't throw this paper away. It's perfect. Just keep adding. Oh, goodness gracious. I think I really do need to clean this stamp. Hang on. I thought I had, but it's because they're together and there's more ink in the middle. So let's try that again. Again, don't throw them out. I'll show you what you can do. There we go. Those are prettier. Again, don't overthink. Go off the page. Oops, I need paper to go off the page. Dum da da dum da da dum. Let's see, maybe a little one here. I think I'm going to take out the smaller stamp, which I actually hadn't done. There's also another stamp of just dots. So we're going to first try that to pretend that isn't there. I need a little bit bigger one. Now we're going to do some more soft sea foam to add not only the color, but a different shape. Oops, let's see, the stem is here, so I kind of wanted it to come out of here. We'll put a little one in here, a little one in here. Oh, they're all over. Maybe one here. Let's see. Ooh, got lots of greens in there. I don't think we really, maybe one right going this way as it's sort of off the page. There, I think that's enough. Now I'm going to take that very little one, and I didn't do this on the first one because I didn't have any areas I kind of wanted to cover. I don't want any more color or different. I don't want another different color. I think I'm going to do it in the Blushing Bride. I just want to see what it looks like. Oh yeah, just 3 dots. So what I'm going to do is over here, we're going to put the 3 dots. And now it looks like they belong there. Kind of cluster them around where the pink flowers are. And I think I just stamped my nail, which would be cool. Again, I'm trying not to overthink where I'm putting these. I'm trying to put them around the pink flowers a little bit, but yet not just there. Maybe off the page. I'm good with that. All right, so then you can use this lovely paper that you've created, either as the front of the whole front of a card, or offset by color. Now, I'm not going to cut this one up right now because I have a lot of things to show you and I don't want to take any more time. So I will show you what I did with some of the others. Now this one, I felt like it had a spot of emptiness here, so I put the thanks. Again, the measurements are, the white cardstock, of course, is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2 to make a top fold card. This is the basic white thick cardstock. The Balmy Blue is the next layer, and that's cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then this particular piece of the sheet that I, as you can see, cut up was 3 3/4 by 5, which just left a very small border. On this particular card, the only difference is that oops, do I have it upside down? No. I made this centerpiece a little bit smaller. I made this 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, which gives the Balmy Blue a little bit more space to show. And then you could put, now, as you can see, this one, I think you can see, I'll show it to you. This was one I stamped off, and I don't love it, but I don't hate it. But I don't want to cover up the blue. So I think on this particular one, rather than go big with the thanks, I think I would do something like this, maybe, with happy birthday, and put a few gems around there. So I'm still keeping the blue there. You could even put it maybe up at the top and put a few gems, like one here, here, and here. And that allows you to keep this particular one used. It's still very good. Did the same with this. The whole center was a stamped off. And again, it's not my favorite. To me, that's too much space. So I would definitely, in this case, put the bigger sentiment right dead center. You can see a little shadow on the top and bottom, but it still gives it a lot of good color. Now, when you cut these up, you get all kinds of sheets like this that are pieces, which don't throw these away either, because again, you can use them to border. I will show you a couple. Whoops, I'm so sorry. I know I made my camera move and you're probably getting dizzy. Sorry. I'll see if I can't edit that out. But here again this one is done with the pale papaya. Again, this was light here, so I got the happy birthday going over it. This one didn't really have any issues, and neither did this one either. I would still probably, I put gems on it, but I would probably end up with putting maybe something in pale papaya, a thin birthday greeting or something. Now I wanted you to see something a little bit different. This is when you make your own background paper, and it works great. It's a good thing. These also can go on the outside of envelopes. It's a great thing. It's a great way to make things, but you can also take DSP, which is designer series paper, and using the same measurements. This one has got the wider border, so this is the outside fresh freesia is 4 by 5 1/4. The inside DSP is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And I'll have all the measurements down below. But as you can see, this one, whoops, there's 2 of them there. And again, I'm not gluing all of these. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what a difference it makes. I am going to put that underneath there and wrap it and put the thanks here. And let's just compare it to one of the ones that has thanks. Oops, no, thanks fell off. Come here, thanks. I didn't adhere it yet. And I think those are both beautiful. And you made this paper. So there it is, DSP with light floral, a lot of white in the background. So the next thing I wanted to show you was a more masculine card. Doing it with Home and Hearth DSP, using the pale papaya, which it looks so different when you put, as you can see, the pale papaya, when you put a dark color on it. I was going to wrap the cord around it and oops, and then put a thanks for a more masculine card. But again, this is using your DSP and not a whole lot else, or making your own DSP. So I just kind of wanted to give you an idea of the different ways things can look by either making your own DSP or using DSP in the background and just stamping a sentiment, which goes very quickly. At the bottom down below of this video, there'll be a link. This is on my YouTube channel. This will be a link to my blog post, and I will post all of the different variations of this card and tie it to the YouTube video so people can watch the different ways I've cut it up, but all the directions will be there as well. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Bye.